This is one of my favorite anchorages in Cabo Verde. Here in this bay on the island of São Nicolau, fishermen will come by and offer their catch. It's well protected, next to a charming town. There's just one thing. Can you spot it? Okay, everybody. It's time to go. Had a nice almost 3 weeks here in Tarrafal de São Nicolau, on the island of São Nicolau. It was great. The only thing is the anchorage here, man, boy, the boat really rocks and rolls. So we're gonna move on to Boa Vista. It's about 3 in the afternoon. We'll be on our way about 3:30, and it's a 90-mile journey, so it'll be about 17 hours or so. Should get there tomorrow in the morning. Se Deus quiser, inshallah, God willing. The weather looked good over the next 24 hours, and here the boat was steadier than at anchor. Wendy took her position as well as some medicine. The sea and swell still impress her.
Okay, here we go. We're going to start sailing. We've just been motor sailing down along the coast of the island here in the lured of the wind, so there was not much wind, but I was able to hoist my sail, my main sail, which is the main thing, and now gonna hit some wind. Right here, really close to the coast, is gonna be like 15-20 knots. I've got 2 breeze, and then it's gonna mellow out. So here we go, the wind is starting to pick up. Let's do it. Alright, we're sailing now. Got like 17 knots of wind, kicking up to 20. And yeah, I think it's just near this island coast that it's pretty swifty. And it should settle down a little further. But it's nice, man. Boat's doing like 6.5 knots with 2 reefs in the mainsail and the Genoa. Go Galopin, go.
And when the gods are with us, it's all smile for Galopin and I. If only it could last.
Things have settled now. We're past that kind of vacuum area, Venturi effect, and soon we're going to be out in the open ocean. The waves are just wind waves now, and I think we're about ready to settle in for the evening.
It would be a perfect evening, about 15 knots of wind, a rolling swell, and a clear horizon. But then Galopin had a pain and I could hear it. The autopilot gears were grinding. Then the strip gears gave out. The pilot was not holding. I would have to hand steer through the night, and I did, for about 2 hours and began falling asleep. Something had to be done. here, just a few miles away from Boa Vista. It was an interesting night, as usual. Always a hitch. Autopilot snagged, gears were broken and started rattling and making an awful noise, and it was not holding. I had to resort to the bungee solution, and it worked all night. It wasn't the best. I could have been doing a little bit better, like right now. It had a hard time holding a perfect beam reach. Tends to lean into close, but it held, and I could sleep all night and do what I had to do, make some food, and now we're just about there. So
yes, Galopin and I can manage without an autopilot if we must. Conditions must be between 12 and 20 knots at beam to close reach. So we may not have the best bearing, but I can trim the sails, charge up on eating, as well as getting rest to stay focused.
wind vane? My boat is a wind vane, okay? I don't need a wind vane. I would like to have one, but it would take too much room in the back of my baiting platform. Thank goodness I have a spare part and I'll be able to fix it later. So, in just about an hour or so, we should be coming into Boa Vista.
After a coffee break and snack, I was happy to hand steer the next few hours and keep us right on course. Galopin and I had done just fine.
Cafe Creole. I put it in here. It's the grog that I bought up in the mountain over there, Fragata in San Nicolao. A bit of this and a nice cup of coffee. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, but I've just sailed all night and had autopilot problems and didn't sleep so well, so yeah, I'm gonna have a little Cafe Creole, all right? It's a sailor's drink.
This is also one of my favorite Cabo Verde anchorages, on the island of Boa Vista. Except for one thing. Can you spot it?
Então, Wendy, bem-vinda a Boa Vista. O que você pensa de Boa Vista?
Chill, cool, chill, nice, bonito.
Qual é? Temos só um problema. Qual é que é esse problema?
Mosquito.
Quer fazer mosquito aonde lá na noite?
Está a perturbar a minha sono, incomodar a minha sono. Não está vinchoso.
Então, vou lhe matar?
Claro que não, com um capô.
I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Hey, sweet talk. You need to say let's babe. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing.
Well, Wendy and I came to the bar here and having a great time, but the dinghy engine doesn't want to start. But we don't care. It's a beautiful day. Look at this. We saw a beautiful sunset. Had we had the motor, we would not have seen it. So this is cool. And we're almost there at Galopin. He's just over there behind us.
Okay, that was great fun. we were high on life, sunset, some strong grog-infused caipirinhas, and slowly drifting to Galopin. I fixed my outboard only to have it messed with by boys later. And for the next week, I was forced to roll like my neighbor here into the wind. We didn't leave the boat for a week. I had plenty of time to fix the autopilot, which is just changing this part. I still can't figure out why it wears out like that. In the future, I'll use the bungee self-steering. Couldn't fix the outboard, so let's go on to Dakar, where I can get almost anything fixed.
Well, Wendy and I have decided to sail on to Dakar. It looks like it's a little iffy to go. It's just a low pressure system that's passing by, and it's almost passed by, and in a few hours there will be no wind. It'll pick up later, and our favor will be close to Dakar. Right now we're just motoring because we're going upwind until we get around the island, and then probably the wind will die down completely, so I don't even know if I'll hoist the sails. We'll see. Hello, welcome to Galopin. These are our studios, man. This is where the magic happens. It's humble, but it gets the job done. It's because of the great people like you on Patreon who make this happen. This Living Adventure series. I hope you'll join our community. We've got some extra perks like live updates, news, photos, videos, and I've even taken a stab at writing some short stories which are not for general audiences on YouTube. And our friend Graham from Australia set up a WhatsApp chat to aptly called Galopin's Cockpit. Guys from all over have joined, and it's this community that's contributing to the continuation of this Living Adventure series. If not, you can always watch us for free on YouTube. Make sure to give us a like or a dislike, make a comment, make your opinion heard. I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching this episode of Voyage, a real Living Adventure series. It's not fake, baby.